episode of Be Brutally Honest. We just basically decided to do this because I've had a podcast before, but it was quite like serious, wasn't it? Serious topic.
It was good though.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, we just wanted to do something that was a bit like light-hearted, an excuse to hang out and just have a laugh, basically.
And judge people.
And just have a little bit of a rant. We've been friends for like, I don't know how many years. Probably like 8. No. Yeah, it's probably like that.
8 years. Yeah.
We met at work. We worked in Shaw Nursing Home, Ledbury Nursing Home.
Yeah.
And
which wasn't fun.
No. We've started seeing each other a little bit more like regularly and
I've
stuff.
moved closer now.
Yeah.
So it's easier.
So that's it. We're going to start this episode with Am I the Asshole from Reddit, and just basically see if we agree with like who is the asshole or not.
Okay.
So
you do yours first.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Okay then. So to kick off, we've got Am I the Asshole for kicking my husband out of the delivery room? I already know what your opinion is going to be on this.
Yeah.
So my husband and me just had our first child today. We were in the delivery room together, all was going well. I was in a lot of pain, but he was really supportive. The midwife was asking us questions about the baby in between contractions, just to help ease my mind a little. Then she said if we were excited about the pregnancy being over, and I said that yes, because it's been hard for me. My husband snorted and said, for me too, she was so difficult. Midwife tried to change the subject, but I asked my husband what the fuck he means by that.
Amen, yeah.
And he said that he is happy it's over and that he will get his wife back and the hormonal mess is over. I was so hurt.
Yeah. Jesus.
I was so hurt.
Pray for that man.
And told him to please just leave the room. He said he's not going anywhere because his child is being born here. I yelled at him to get the fuck out and he was so pissed off. Called me an asshole for making him miss his kid's birth and stormed off. He hasn't been back to see our daughter. He is supposed to come back later today. Am I the asshole?
No. Not. Wow. No.
Missing the birth. Mind me, I'm very hot. Missing the birth maybe a little bit far.
Do you know what though? It's really like I've been pregnant 5 times and it's really hard. It's like you can't like even with the twins. Like I couldn't put my sock on. I had to get like one of the kids to do it.
Yeah, Bex has got 1 million kids by the way.
I've got 1,000 kids. Yeah.
So
you know. I think he was. I mean, pray for the man because he's not going to get through the toddler stage, is he?
No.
But yeah, no, I don't think she's the asshole at all.
And he might have been feeling awkward and just thought like, oh, I'll just joke around, but no, it's never going to go well.
I'm difficult on a bad day. So how bad was she? Like, what are we sort of like? Did she threaten to stab him? Like, how bad are we talking? Like, hormones is real, isn't it? When you're especially the last bit. I mean, it just drags.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, I've been pregnant for 100 weeks, but you haven't.
You
That's
probably have.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have. Yeah, but it's. I think they're both assholes a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, she went a bit far, but then if you're literally having pain with contractions, you're not thinking straight.
With Amelia, and Blake, I had synthetic contractions.
What's that?
They're like 10 times fucking harder than normal. They are fucking brutal. Anyone gets through that, like I will salute you. It's a machine that's obviously hooked up to you, like a drip.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have nothing for a minute, and then it's like bang. It's just really hard contractions.
That's weird. Yeah.
No, not for me.
If I had to choose someone, then he's the asshole.
I think he's the asshole. I mean, he could have just given her half an hour and come back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, she probably would have let him back in. Yeah,
just piss off for half an hour, let me have my breathing space, and then you can come back.
Oh my god. Okay then.
Right, shall I do the next one?
Next.
I think I've got. Oh god. Okay. Am I the asshole for making a joke about my brother's divorce? This is quite a long one. My wife, we'll call her Ellie. And I have been married for a year now. Back in the day, Ellie worked as a sports model. Oh yeah, and me. Her job required her to meet a very rigid beauty standard and look a certain way, which they do, don't they? She was always on a strict diet and was severely underweight. Since then, she's gained a healthy amount of weight and muscle and is much happier. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, we'll call him Chris, is wealthy, like extremely wealthy. He's done well for himself and seems to be happy about where he is in life. He's just got out of a nasty divorce with his ex-wife and has asked to stay with me for a few weeks until he moves into his new place. Chris, to put it simply, has a type,
Okay.
which I think most men, they're like, I don't judge on looks. It's bullshit.
It's in their biology.
You're bullshit. Yeah, it's bullshit. We all know it. Any woman who doesn't fit his preference is automatically ugly and unlovable. Oh my God. He wants all women to conform to his standards, hell or high water. 2 days ago, Chris found some of Elle's old magazine covers and commented on how beautiful she was back then. It was a harmless comment, sure, but he kept bringing it up on how much she let herself go. Kept bringing it up. Ellie goes for a run every evening, and as she was heading out the door, Chris told her, run fast enough to lose all the flabby bits. She rolled her eyes and laughed it off, but I told him to shut up. The next day, when Al went to the gym, he told her to make sure you return to your old figure again. I told him to shut up once again. Stop fixating on my wife's body, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
Despite all his comments, Al is literally a little unfazed by all of it. She says that she's used to it. How sad.
Yeah.
But you're in that industry, you're constantly judged, aren't you?
Absolutely.
By the end of the day, I was completely exhausted from listening to him. I was at my end, but Al again brushed him off, and with a smile and with a laugh. I wouldn't have been laughing. He probably would have been dead.
Who's Chris to
the brother?
The brother of the husband.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So when Al served him food, he made a joke about paying for her tummy tuck so that I can marry the right version of her.
What is his problem?
Oh my God, that comment set me off. That's what he's put. And he would. And do you know what? I think a man should. Like, whether or not I would be bothered about what someone says about me.
Twitching.
So angry.
Oh my God.
Like, we're going to hunt you down, Chris.
Yeah.
I told him that his wife married the wrong version of him and to pack his shit and leave my house. He did not take kindly to this and complained about how insensitive I was to his situation, how I made a low blow. He eventually left, but Al tells me that I could have kicked him out without the comment.
Oh my God, no. He's
mean,
not the asshole. The
no.
brother is the asshole.
He would have been in hospital like 2 days previous. And I feel that's what a spouse should do. Whether I was, if it offended, if it's not.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know she's used to be in that industry and being constantly judged, but fucking hell.
Yeah, protect the husband at all costs. That's well good.
He needs to, Jesus needs to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to say stuff like that and stick up for her, for sure, but of course he's the asshole.
Yeah, the
100%,
brother's the
no
absolute
question.
fucking arsehole. Yeah.
I don't get why.
But you know what though? I feel like there is not all men are that judgmental, and I think just since the pandemic, I think people have got like
Better.
open-minded, Joe. You fucking dickhead. Oh my God. You fucking dickhead. Absolute twat. No! I'm judgmentally you!
Me included in that, and that's
so am I. When I walk past, they shout who ate the pies, and I go, me, through the pandemic.
Yeah, I'm including myself in that, by the way. That's
I'm me, I don't care.
Yeah, me being judgmental. Yes, agree on that one.
The brother's definitely the asshole, and he would have been put in a hospital bed a couple of days before that. Definitely.
Oh, right, okay. Third one. Am I the asshole for telling my son to cancel his wedding? My son is getting married and he said that I have to come along to the alone to the wedding, not bring my husband, or I can't come at all. Here's my backstory. I'm a male, 49, spent my 20s trying to convince myself that I'm a straight man. During that time I got a girl pregnant, we were 24, and we had a son together, now 25.
This is the son. Yeah.
We were never serious, and I told her about my struggles with my identity already before we slept together. Young and stupid, not much to do about it. We didn't get married, but we did raise our son together. He spent every other week with me, and I have loved every moment of being his father. I met my now husband when I was 35. He's a great guy, and we've been married for 14 years. My son considers him his stepdad. My son's mum jokes about him being her gay best friend. They're really close. That's and he makes me so happy. So that seems like a nice little family dynamic.
Yeah.
My son is getting married to his fiancée in 4 weeks. Just last week I received the wedding invitation, but it didn't mention a +1. So I just assumed that my husband would get his own invitation. He didn't. So I called my son's mum and asked if she'd got a +1 invitation. And she said yes, because she's married as well.
Mm.
My son and his fiancée came over for dinner 2 days ago, and I casually asked them about it. My son got a bit embarrassed and said that they aren't really inviting step-parents, just their parents. I said, that's okay, but your mum told me that her husband is invited.
Mm.
His fiancée then said that they would just prefer to have a non-ideological wedding. My husband looked so shocked, and I was just honestly hurt. I told her that sounds a bit homophobic, to which she replied, I'm not a homophobe, I just don't want to deal with this at my wedding. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, well, it's a church wedding. And I said, well, we won't burst into flames in the view.
I do. I'm just going to put that out there.
She got upset and demanded they leave and went to wait for my son in the car. My son was almost... the hell? My son was almost crying and he apologised to me. I told him I love him and that he should really cancel or postpone this wedding because this woman is showing behaviour that will only get worse. He called me
flag.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need red flags. You do need red flags, yeah.
He called me an asshole for interfering in his personal life. His mum says that he's old enough to do what he pleases, but what they did to us is wrong. My father, no shock here, thinks that I should just man up and be a father at the wedding. My friends say Bridezilla is the asshole, but my brother said I am not an asshole for not respecting... No, my brother said I am an asshole for not respecting my son's wishes about the wedding. Am I the asshole?
But it's not. It wasn't his wishes. It was his wife-to-be's wishes.
Yeah, she doesn't want...
What a dickhead.
I'm so... Oh, I don't even know where to start with this one.
Especially in this day and age, where, we're just, we are who we are. I thought that was accepted now.
I bet she's had sex with him.
What, the dad or the...
The fiancé.
Oh, yeah, exactly,
how perfect are we really trying to be?
The thing that makes me laugh is women wear white to a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, we all know you had sex.
Yeah. Some of you have already got kids. I had Ella as a bloody flower girl.
Yeah. I wore white. I was 6 months pregnant.
And actually, I think he was... That's quite funny.
I'm not joking. I was 6 months pregnant with Sharon.
This is why we're getting married.
Yeah, so we're getting married.
And I thought he was quite respectful the way he said stuff. I mean, he might have been trying to
I think she needs. I don't know. But then you think, do you know what I think? Like, how are your parents fucking raising you to have that mindset?
Yeah.
Like, or are you that fucking stupid to think that they will burst into flames or something?
But you would think. So even if she's not homophobic, but maybe she's thinking, I know that some of my family members are. But you wouldn't care. You'd be like, this is the family I'm married into.
Well, they shouldn't be invited because it's not for them, is it? Why do people think that just because you're invited to it, it's about you? Like, it fucking ain't.
I know.
Like my wedding, I couldn't give a shit. Someone was like, I don't like to stay. Couldn't give a fuck. Don't eat it then. You're hungry. There's McCoy's behind the bar.
That was like the same here. It was like, I don't like this, don't like that. I said, I'm paying literally £60 for you now.
Fucking eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or pretend to fucking eat
hungry.
It. Yeah.
And hope that you like the evening food.
Yeah. No. I think fucking weddings.
We're going to have to do an episode just about weddings and like the icks we have about weddings.
There's too many. We'd have to do 2.
We'll be here for 2 hours.
Right, shall I read the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I the arsehole for not allowing neither my mother-in-law nor my husband's ex into my home when gathering at a family event?
Okay.
No. Straight to that now, that's weird. Me, 27 female, husband is 32 male, divorced his ex 36 female, we'll call her Elise. 4 years ago, they share 6-year-old twins. I've got twins. My mother-in-law is still hung up on Elise and her daughter-in-law, as her daughter-in-law. For some information, there was no cheating or anything. My husband divorced her because she decided she didn't want to work anymore after her maternity leave. And my husband had to provide for all of them. He didn't like it and it ended their marriage. Okay. Elise is the one is the one paying child support though, because my husband and I have the twins more than her.
Okay.
I find that weird.
So then they're not paying anything because they have it.
Because they have, yeah.
Okay.
My mother-in-law is always asking me to include her as the mother of her grandchildren. That fucked me right off. Cut. Bye-bye. I'm telling you now. That would fuck me right, yeah. As my husband's first love, she says. I got no problem being a granny. I'm just going to put that fucking right out there. That is out of order, man. In their home.
First love.
Yeah. And that she says she is alone in the city and that all she does is work. Both my husband and I refuse. Fair enough. Oh shit, recently my husband just got a big promotion and is finally landed in the position of his dreams. I was so happy and proud of him, so I just decided to host a small party with family, mother-in-law, brother-in-law and his family, the lovely twins and some cousins, as well as friends. I did warn my mother-in-law that Elise was not invited and that if she dared to show up, I wasn't going to open the door. Well, my mother-in-law had the audacity to show up with her as her +1. Bye! She'd be gone. That is
Was that the door slamming or your fist slamming into
both.
her face?
Yeah,
oh
both.
My God.
Since father-in-law is not here anymore, I said this wasn't a wedding, that there isn't any +1s. So I turned to Elise and said she should leave. But my mother-in-law tried to walk past me and said, "Nonsense, we are already here. Move, girl."
Oh my God, this is
fuck that.
Now I'm like getting angry.
But I said no and I stood my ground. My mother-in-law tried to play the "this was her house" card.
My eyes are twitching again.
I
genuinely think I have.
Oh man, this is fuck this. I thought I had dramas. This
God, this makes you fun.
This normal. I'm fucking normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said if she's not allowed, then I won't come either. So I said, okay, shut the door. When going back to the kitchen, my husband asked who it was, and I told him that it was his mother and Elise. My brother-in-law is like, "Did you close the door on my mother?" And I said, "Yes." She demands I open it, that I'm a nobody. That's fucked up, man. That is not my call. And I say that he's allowed to leave with her, but he doesn't like it, and if he doesn't like it, and then he does leave. My husband doesn't get mad, still enjoys the evening with the rest of the family and friends, but my mother-in-law and brother-in-law said I crossed a major line and this won't go unforgiven.
Isn't that just typical of the guy to just go ahead and enjoy it?
Yeah, let's get smashed. Yeah, why the fuck do men do that?
Or like if you have an argument or something like that, you're crying downstairs or trying to figure it out, and they're having a nice sleep upstairs.
Or on the PS. Yeah, you right, love? No, I ain't alright. I got mascara like coming. I ain't alright. I got the knife out. No, I ain't alright.
That was annoying me more. I'd be more annoyed at the husband having a good night afterwards. Yeah.
I just think. I mean, I've been in some fucking situations, but that. It's not a dog, it's a cat.
So
No, I don't think she's the asshole at all.
No.
That's so. And I think it's the words as well, isn't it? Like this was her house.
Yeah.
Like that would into a dark place. I don't know if that's just.
But people think that they always are quick to say that you're the asshole when you've stuck up for a boundary that you've had.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you.
No, I've set the boundary months before. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, there's not even anything.
I want to ring her and go, "Do you want to go for a beer?" Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to give someone their dog back?
I don't know why this reminds me of you, because you love your animals, so I can imagine you stealing. I don't know why. That just
I
reminds
just
me.
Oh no, I couldn't.
No. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Watch out.
Oh, okay. So I found my now 6-year-old Newfie bear. So like Newfie's like a breed of dog.
Newfoundland.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was.
They're for search and rescue.
Okay, so found him sleeping under the stairs of my apartment complex when he was only 3 months old. We thought he was older at the time. My landlord fell in love with him but couldn't take care of him, so I offered to take him in while we looked for his family. I searched for a while but couldn't find any missing puppy signs in the area that matched his description. I also put up missing puppy signs in my county and the 5 surrounding counties. My landlord said I could keep him if I wanted, and I'd already fallen in love, so I said yes.
Fair enough, yeah.
Then recently I posted about him on a Newfie Facebook group that I was new to, with a picture of him as a puppy and a recent picture of him, and I shared about how we found him. Then I got a personal message from a man that says that he lost a puppy that looked exactly like him 6 years ago.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off. Red flag. Where's the flag? Jimmy, you have to get some red
He
flags.
sent me a picture and a video, and I knew it was Bear right away. He lives in the,
He's got receipts.
Yeah, he lives in the next state over and about a 2.5 hour drive. He says that they made posters for him but only put them up in his town, which had less than 800 people. He said he went missing only a month after they adopted him, and after a while they took the posters down and assumed he died.
Nice.
I thought that was a bit weird.
Yeah, like why would you expect the worst?
Yeah. He has 2 kids who were little when they lost him, but they're now in middle and high school. I talked with him for a little bit, and then he said he wanted to arrange a time to meet. I assumed he meant like he wanted to meet Bear and see what he's like now.
So bad.
I said, okay, but I'm pretty busy lately, and he said that he could just come by and pick him up.
Oh no, fuck that. What, 6 years later?
Yeah,
That's 6 years.
Yeah.
Give me the money that I just fucking spent on him. No, it's part of the family now.
I immediately freaked out. I didn't realise he had wanted the dog back. I replied asking for clarification that you want me to give you the dog, and he said yes. I sent him a pretty lengthy reply saying that I was sorry that happened to him, but I've had him for 6 years. He's attached to me.
Yeah,
and I doubt
it's part of the family then, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I doubt he has any memory of them at all. He got very angry and said he already told his kids they were getting him back, and they paid $3,000 for him. I tried to be
for
calm.
adoption?
Oh, that's a good point.
That is a good I mean, point. I know prices have gone up, but
red flag.
Red flag, yeah.
I tried to be calm, but he was very agitated. Also, they have gotten 2 other dogs since they lost him. I thought I wasn't the asshole, but I was listening to this subreddit on my way to work and heard a similar story, and the guy was voted the asshole. So I want to know if I am the asshole, since the circumstances are slightly different to this other story.
No, you can't just like 6 years later go, I want my fucking dog back.
Yeah, you can
understand. Part of that family.
Yeah,
then.
you can understand wanting to go and see the dog, maybe, if you had like an emotional attachment.
But it was only a couple of months, so they've only had it a month. You only had 4 weeks with it.
Compared to 6 years.
I mean, that's a connection, isn't it? What the fuck? Is that American?
Yeah.
They're fucking nuts.
That is crazy.
It's just fucking crazy,
It's
isn't
the
it?
way she's like, oh yeah, you can come and pet him, and he was going to pick him
I'll
up.
fucking pick him up. Yeah, bring the bed and the food.
Yeah,
and...
how awkward.
No, man, that's fucking...
And there are 2
no,
dogs
definitely
since.
not yet. And 2 dogs since...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. No, definitely not the arsehole.
No.
Right.
These are our last ones, aren't they, I think?
I don't know.
Oh no, they're not.
Hang on. Where was I?
We've got two more each.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my dad and now husband out on their engagement party? Them missing their wedding because I refused to apologise.
Okay.
Okay. Calling my dad and now husband out at their engagement party. Oh! I knew you wasn't clicked. That's why I repeated it.
I thought you looked to me weird. You went, okay. As if to be like, are you getting it? I don't think you're getting it. Oh wow. Okay.
So, right. I'm at a bus stop and my phone's on 2%. So
Tragic.
this seems rushed. It is, but I'll fix it when I get home.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So I, 16 male, have divorced parents due to the fact that my dad married my mother so he could get his hands on my grandparents' money. It's not fucking stupid, is it? My grandparents were born super rich and super conservative. Grandma died in 2019. Then grandpa died in January 21. Then my dad came out as gay.
Once said kick the bucket. He was safe to do so.
Shit, can you imagine? The day he came out to us, me and my mum, he sat us down and told us basically everything, literally not once did apologise to my mother or care about her feelings. All we got was, you wouldn't understand, or he had to. I understand you wouldn't understand. I don't understand like you had to just wait until her parents died for the money. I don't understand that bit. I get like you don't, because I think you know, I know there's some men that have come out that have been gay that have been married, and I think it's the generation they're born in. Honestly,
yeah,
that we're more open now.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think years ago we weren't.
There'd be no reason to hide it now.
No,
would there?
No. So, and I do feel sorry for gay men that feel like they have to hide things.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. He went travelling the world after that, judging by his social media, because beyond a birthday text and to tell me he was engaged, I never spoke to him. He turned very bitter against my mother because she didn't support him and she got a lot in the divorce. Mm-hmm. Recently he came back to his husband's hometown to get married, and after a lot of convincing I went to see him. Everyone was super nice, even the side pieces, family, friends. That was until the engagement party. My dad and his new partner, his new in-laws, started cracking jokes about my mother. Even said, "I'm lucky I look like my dad." No, that's not nice. That's fucked up, man.
When they passed away and stuff as well.
No, like his mum, the one that that's
right.
Not nice.
No.
What really got to me is when Dad said, after years of living in sorrow, the last year was the best part of his life, and if he should have made Mum sign a prenup. So I said, I suppose she never thought you'd be lying. I thought that you. Fuck's sake. I suppose she never thought you'd be a lying, manipulative cheat and a deadbeat dad. But you're the victim here, Dad, and no one feelings matter but yours. The least you could do was give her half my grandparents' money after wasting years of her life, and mine too, because after tonight you're as dead to me as your side piece is self-respect. I mean, we need this person on here. The one-liners.
Oh, wow.
Shit went down. Dad started crying, trying to explain his reason, and his husband left the room looking upset that his family started yelling at me. Then my dad's side started yelling at them, so I just got my shit and told Dad never to contact me again. I spent 2 days at my cousin's house. My dad came multiple times trying to get me to go, but when he told me I had to publicly apologise to his husband's in-laws, I told him to fuck off.
No.
My cousin who I was staying with kept trying to make me apologise and make up with Dad. Even Dad's husband begged me to go, but I just went to the nearest bus stop. My cousin and aunt told me I'm heartless because Dad cried at one point during the wedding. Why doesn't everyone cry at a fucking wedding? A friend of mine told me I was wrong because I don't understand what it's like to be gay, nor do I know their struggles.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's like I said, I think it is hard for gay people, but I think he didn't do it very tastefully.
Yeah, it's like she's not the asshole for saying what she feels.
No,
she could have said
and
it
if he's
in a
never
better way.
been there, then
Yeah.
I kind of get her anger at that. I do.
Yeah.
But I think being nasty and bitter towards her mum, when what he did to her.
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think I'm glad she said her piece.
Same. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if obviously I get in trouble for this as well. I say what I want to say.
Yeah, we know, Jen.
And then people say, I say what I want to say, and then people are mad at me, and I'm like, but I just said what I said, and then people like my mum usually Like, yeah, but it's the way you said it. Like, yeah, but you don't want to beat around the bush.
Well, no, I would rather... I'd rather you call me a twat than treat me like one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you're a twat, I want nothing... Yeah, alright, ta-ra, bye. Like, I'll be upset for about a minute and then I'll go to sleep and it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either.
I'm glad she said what she said. Like, she must... You know, I think that's a lot of anger from being... You know, him leaving her. But I mean... No, I don't think until you're in that position...
Yeah, it's probably like a lot of built up anger.
That's over
emotion.
years, isn't it?
Yeah, and she's just...
Yeah.
She's let it out.
Yeah. Go on, you'll go.
Okay. Am I the asshole for calling out mother-in-law's lies and
Just
making
say no,
her... What?
Yes, I'm never going to go out, is it?
For calling out my mother-in-law's lies and making her admit what she said in front of her husband and family. Mother-in-law's family likes to treat me like absolute shit for keeping her grandkids from her. In reality, mother-in-law is welcome to visit but doesn't want to because she would have to stay in a hotel. She chooses to never video chat or call, so she has only seen my 5-year-old once and never met my 3-year-old until now. Mother-in-law also doesn't invite us to visit because she claims her husband doesn't want us in their house.
Oh, nice.
I always thought that made him sound like a controlling douche, but whatever. We are currently in her state for a wedding. Recently I got crap from mother-in-law's dad about how it isn't right and we should come and see her. I replied that we aren't invited as her husband doesn't want us in the house. Well, mother-in-law's dad is a gossip, so that got around to the whole family, and mother-in-law's husband was pissed off and said that he never said that. Mother-in-law said it might be a misunderstanding and we should all just let it go. At this point I realised she had lied about something. I said it wasn't a misunderstanding on my end, as I had clearly heard her say it. Mother-in-law's husband snapped at me that while he wouldn't enjoy us visiting, he would never be controlling like that with his wife's son.
What?
Mother-in-law again said, let's move on. I refused and she said she had told me that. I refused and said she had told me that, so right now she needs to explain. Mother-in-law finally admitted that he never actually said it, but she knew how much he would hate having us in his house, and it made her sad, so she didn't want to invite us. She then got some shit from the family about being a bad mum and lying. Mother-in-law is currently furious with me. She says I should have let her change the subject, that I made her look really bad, and that I took what she said too literally.
What? You lied?
Yeah,
and you got caught out in your lie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they're calling you out in your bullshit. But do you know what though? It's really hard because I've done that before. Like, I'm like, hang on a minute, ooh. And then, oh no, let's just move on. And because I don't want to make that person feel like a dickhead, and then after I'll be like, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah,
and then
say it in private.
I would not like, I'd probably not bother with them again.
But with the context, it's like if Maria is my husband's mum, if she was constantly never seeing my kids and making out like she was a great grandma, you can tell why you'd snap and just be like,
I don't think, I think, like I always say, I don't make anyone see my children. If you want the privilege of being with my children, then that's fine. Yeah. But I'm not going to text you, are you coming to see, I would never do that. But man, she is a little liar. Yeah.
And I think that's really funny, I do.
I don't think she's an asshole at all.
It just teaches you not to lie. Ever, just say the truth.
Ever just say the truth. Oh, hang on. Right, last one for me.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for refusing to apologise for the way I announced my pregnancy?
Okay.
This one's juicy.
Okay.
Last night, I, 29 female, hosted a small get-together for my husband's 37th birthday. It's fair to say his family do not like me, I think, and they think that he could do better. Why do parents always assume that?
They're little golden children.
I know. Yes, they shit gold. Fuck off.
No.
We have been LC, what's that for months?
LC?
Yeah.
Don't know.
LC for months. And only got together due to him wanting them at our wedding last week, right? Okay. We used last night as a perfect time to announce our pregnancy, as all the important people were there, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. As I served dessert, I gave each of our parents an amazing grandparent mug with a scan picture attached.
That's cute.
So cute. My parents were ecstatic and congratulated us both. His mum started crying straight away, demanding to know whose scan it was, and it was a cruel joke to play after everything we've been through, meaning my previous losses and infidelity issues. My father-in-law took her outside to calm her down and then said it was a weird way to announce the pregnancy.
How is that a weird way?
They both left soon after, and she phoned me saying I should apologise for blindsiding her and that I should have told her as soon as I found out I was pregnant.
What?
She then went on to accuse me of cheating on my husband as the dates don't add up for it to be his baby, and that I should have kept it a secret for longer just in case anything happened. I've been feeling super guilty about the whole night and I wish I hadn't bothered at all. Am I the asshole for announcing the way I did?
Hang on, I don't get it. What's bad about how she announced it?
I don't know.
So she's obviously... The mother-in-law's not happy.
The family don't like her.
No, so they're
Right
pissed
off
off
the
that
bat.
she's pregnant.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I was actually accused of the father of my children on one of our pregnancies because he had cheated on me.
Right.
Yeah. So, but at the time they didn't really know me that well.
Right.
But yeah, our eldest, yeah. And it was quite, but they have had money. But yeah.
Oh my god. I think that's really sad because that's like ruined it for her.
I just, and of all the stuff she's been through, like the losses and the, I mean.
You just want people to be happy for. I don't get people like that.
I don't.
I just think, just be happy. Like, you cannot, it must be horrible if you don't like the partner of your child.
Yeah.
It must be really horrible. But I
think there's got to be some good reason.
Yeah, a lot of the time I think it's like anybody they were with would not be perfect.
Yeah, and I think it's a threat to them taking that position,
it's
isn't it?
always mums with the sons.
Oh, don't even.
You're going to
All
be
the
like
time.
your sons, aren't you?
No. My sons will know when they're being arseholes.
Break that cycle.
Break that cycle in humanity.
It's just not, it's not normal.
I don't think that's normal. But then I think her husband should have said something to his mum. Like, are you on crack? Because or something.
Yeah, stick up for the wife or the girlfriend, was it?
Wrong.
Okay, last one. My cat is literally, can you hear it, like meowing, trying to get in. It's like coming back and forth. Okay, this is a nice short one to end. Am I the asshole for dismissing a guy's trauma? I'm 19 and this guy is 20. We went to high school together and I hadn't spoken to him since he graduated. He bullied me throughout high school and that was the extent of our relationship. He messaged me on Instagram to apologise for how he treated me, then followed it by paragraphs upon paragraphs explaining everything that happened to him during those years.
Okay.
I won't go into detail, but his home life was really shitty and so he lashed out a lot.
Aww.
I can understand that on a basic level. I get how violence breeds violence and I think he was very vulnerable with me. It also changes absolutely nothing about what my experience in high school was thanks to him and his previous apology felt hollow and weighed down by what I felt was an attempt to excuse his behaviour. So I was kind of mad and just wrote back, I really don't give a fuck what the reason for you making my life hell was. It doesn't change anything. Thanks for the apology though. Spoke to a friend about it, expecting to be agreed with, but apparently I'm an asshole and could have just said thanks and moved on.
No, but she had traumatizing in her high school because of him.
Yeah, it was a male as well, but yeah.
But which makes it like, I mean, I had a shit upbringing. I was fostered, but I would never dream of bullying someone, whatever it. I was taught.
Yeah, you can understand the reason why.
Yeah.
But it's not an excuse, is it? And I think it was really nice of him to apologise. Yeah. But you can't expect someone to accept the apology.
No.
And if he didn't want to accept it, he didn't.
I think it's growth to be in a position where you apologise to someone.
Yeah, and that's really great that he did that.
That you can move forward. But on the other hand, there's already stuff that's been going on for her for years. And
they have the right to be like, nah, I'm not accepting your apology.
Yeah, I mean, I would have told him to fuck off, but I mean,
I don't know what I would have done.
I mean, I would have gone, I'm happy that you're fixing yourself.
Well, I had like a similar situation to where one of my ex-boyfriends, we were still talking. This was like years and years ago. And his new girlfriend saw that we were still kind of in contact a little bit, and she hated
what
it.
basis are we talking, Jodie?
What do you mean?
Were you flirting?
Oh,
no, your friend.
No.
Okay.
But it all makes sense. Anyway, so at the time, she literally pretended to be him and was like, do not, like, messaging me on Facebook, like, do not speak to me again. I've completely moved on. I'm with the love of my life. I've never met anyone. So I should have known that was her saying all that shit.
Yeah.
I was really heartbroken at the time. So we were still like friends. And I just thought, oh my God, that's like really hurtful. She was like, yeah, best person I've ever met. Da, 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 da. Don't ever contact me again. Block on everything. Whatever. Anyway, years and years later, this was only like 2 years ago, by the way. So when this happened, it must have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So about 2 years ago, she messaged me saying, hey, like, just want to say, like, I'm really sorry for what I said to you.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
it was just, he'd been cheating on me. And so I thought
so
that
it was a trigger.
Yeah, which I totally understood. Obviously, it didn't change the fact that.
Oh no, it
really
doesn't excuse
hurt
what
me.
she's done.
But it did make me feel better, and I was nice to her. I did
Yeah.
say like, oh, it's absolutely fine. Like, I'm really sorry that happened to you and whatever. But it took balls to like that because she didn't have to message me.
No,
Find my name and just like and message me and say sorry. So I was fine with it. But that was just one thing that happened. If it's like years of like bullying in high school,
yeah, I mean,
it may be different.
Like, kids are fucking horrible at school, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking brutal. I mean, we think we're brutal.
Yeah.
And we fucking hate. You want to go into year sixes in fucking high school?
Well, I don't, because our kids are going to go through all of that stuff.
My kids are just. They're fucking.
No one's going to mess with them, though, are they? So got like.
No, because they're fucking unhinged. That's why.
Oh my God. Okay, then let's wrap it up there then.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been quite good, isn't it?
Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been a laugh. I've been really hot, so I'm going to open all the windows
really
next
hot,
time. It
yeah.
really has been.
And I'm going to get some red flags.
Yeah, we need those for next time. But yeah,
Because Love Island's next episode, so that'll need plenty of red flags.
So that's going to be not next Friday, coming out, but the Friday after. But yeah, see you soon.